Welcome back to Lemon Lane Cottage. Today we are finally going to start to tackle the side garden. Ignore all the noise behind me. There is construction going on just down the road, and I keep trying to time it when they're not working, but that's becoming impossible because it feels like they're working almost every day. So try to ignore that, but we are going to start on this side garden. I'm going to start in the succulent garden. I'm going to get all of those suckers taken down from the crepe myrtle. One of my viewers suggested that I try sucker punch, so I am going to head out to my local nursery and see if I can find some. I don't really want to have to order it on Amazon, but I will if I have to. But first I want to see if I can find it locally. Let's see, the alyssum has seen better days, and alyssum, if you've ever grown it, you know it's a little bit like a weed. You whack it down and it has already self-seeded and it comes back within a week or two. So it's gonna look worse before it looks better, but I'm gonna go ahead and trim that back, and then I'm gonna try to get this weeded down to where we have that star jasmine. That's where the majority of the weeds have taken up residence. So if I can get just a little bit of weeding done here, plug in the agapanthus. This is actually where I'm going to put the white lavender in this section here. Let me see. Maybe I have a surprise or two for you in there as well. It's probably going to be a surprise or two for me because a lot of these are fluid. I don't know until I get in there and I assess how big things are growing, what maybe annuals I can use, just to fill things in until the perennials really take over. So it is going to be a hot one today, probably in the mid 80s is what I'm told. So I'm going to go ahead and get started before the heat sets in. I'm going to first let you see quickly what it looks like before I start, and then I will show you the after. And I want to thank you all for all your suggestions in the shade garden. This garden here is exactly the opposite. It gets the worst of our Southern California weather. It gets a little bit of shade in the morning, like now, it's very pleasant, but in the afternoon it gets intense sun from probably 1 till 7 or 8 as the summer grows longer. It is really beat down hard, so I really need to find things that are happy in those kind of extreme circumstances. Can you guys hear that? Is it just me? So anyways, hopefully the birds are out singing the loud banging that you hear in the background. So that is what I'm up against. If you know things that love that soil, we are kind of Mediterranean-ish here in Zone 10A. We get dry heat, not quite desert heat, but very dry. We have a few humid days, but not very many, thank goodness. So that's what I'm working with. Let me get planted what I have, and then we'll go over it again and see if just some mulch will make it look good enough until everything kind of fills out. So that's my plan for today. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. That's all the chit chat for today. I've got to get to work, and as always, thanks for stopping by. Let's start with a quick before. The succulents are just way overgrown. They need to be trimmed back. I'm missing some of the pretty little blue ones. You can't even see them anymore. So that will be on the list today. These are those suckers I was talking to you about. I'm going to trim them back. I didn't find the sucker punch, so I'm just going to get them trimmed and keep hunting for it. And then, like I was saying, the alyssum is just very tired. It's starting to go to seed, and alyssum will go to seed very quickly. So I will be trimming all of that back, but it will come back as pretty and fresh as new before no time. The rest of it is really just weeding and assessing what needs to go in here, and then once I've cleared it out, I will head down to the garden center and pick up a few things just to fill in the holes. see, the sun is out, but I did get all of the trimming down done. It looks so much better. This little area is actually behind the rabbit hutches. I don't show it very often because it doesn't get seen very often. It used to be front and center. It used to be my first succulent garden. There are camellias in here which are only a year or two old and have not bloomed for me yet. There are azaleas. I have a couple of hostas, and then I just put some annual impatiens in the front. Those definitely need to be refreshed. The bougainvillea right now is at its peak. It is absolutely beautiful. I love how it frames this area here. We are debating looking for a better way to have it vine so it doesn't hang down so much, but for now I just keep it trimmed. As you can see, I have trimmed back a lot of these succulents. I saved a big box because if you know anything about succulents, they're so easy to root on and give away or place somewhere else. So I have a big box of what I did trim. And as you can see, the alyssum does look a little bit sad, but it will perk back in no time, I have no doubt. Since I took out all of those suckers, you can see so much more. I've forgotten how beautiful everything was that is in here. Unfortunately, I do not know the names of my succulents. If you know a good guide to succulents, leave it in the comments. I'd love to add one to my book collection. I got this section all weeded. I trimmed back all the dead leaves on the status. I gave the dianthus a good trimming. I put those two new lavenders in the ground. They look so beautiful. I hope they do as well as the other lavender I have in the yard. And as you can see, the Shasta daisies are ready to open up. It did leave me a few holes that need to be filled in, so I know exactly what I need when I go to the garden center. I'm thinking annuals, but I really never know exactly what I'm getting until I get down there. And then of course the whole thing needs to be mulched.
The side yard refresh is finished. I am really pleased with the way that it looks. I love the way mulch sets off a garden. Not only does it look beautiful, but of course here in Southern California, and I'm sure where you are too, we have to be so careful with the precious water that we do use, and mulch helps to keep things from drying out as quickly. I ended up purchasing yarrow to fill in those holes. It's a bit stressed right now, but I know within a week or two it's going to be perky and beautiful and just add so much to this space. Let you just go ahead and enjoy the little side yard refresh tour. I want to thank you again for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video.